Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid reveal. Real Madrid 3, Real Valladolid nil. Real Madrid have won a La Liga game. Yeah, that shouldn't really be the title. That shouldn't really be the talking point because Real Madrid should be winning every game. Whether Real Madrid do win every game, that obviously is not going to happen, as Real Madrid drew the opening game against Mallorca, but we will brush that game aside. We will move on after that, and we will talk about this rebound bounce back game that Real Madrid really desperately needed. You know, at the Bernabeu, you've got so many quality players. Forget about Camavinga, forget about Alaba, forget about Valverde, all not being, in this game. Obviously, Camavinga and Alaba injuries, Mendy suspension. Without those three players, whom are very, very top quality players in their positions, the team should still be comfortably winning games. So, especially at the Bernabeu, the pressure was on. I don't think there was really a big concern that Real Madrid were not going to win. But the first 45 minutes gave me a lot of problems that I have written on a notepad that I want to talk about. Because that 45 minutes for the first half, before the second half came, I was watching the game and I was thinking to myself, what? I'm not going to curse. What is going on now? What is happening? What the hell is going on? And it really, really got me frustrating again. I was watching a game that was frustrating. It wasn't Real Madrid from last season. And last season, we weren't even playing with a proper striker, a proper target man. We weren't even playing with Mbappe. We didn't have a player that we could say he's going to be the man who's going to score you 30, 35 goals this season. Now we have that, and the first 45 minutes reflected a lot of poor performances that were changed, that were slowly but definitely improved in the second half. And we've talked about this before, but part of the change is because of Carlo Ancelotti. These players don't go into the locker room, come back out, and suddenly play better. Ancelotti has gone into the locker room at halftime, and he has motivated these players. He has talked to these players, and that's why he's arguably the greatest man manager ever. In such situations where the team is not playing at the best, and you need someone to be there to guide them, to motivate these players, to get them to start playing better, you need a manager, a coach, who is going to be able to do it individually. And the problems were fixed. There were problems individually in the first half. I thought I have a list of them, which we'll get onto, but they were fixed. Now we'll talk about the goals first before we get into the poor mistakes and then the changed performance in the second half. The first goal, what a goal! Free kick goal, which isn't expected. Fede Valverde, what a goal! That is a training ground. It is a training drill goal. It is a goal that you would train and practice in training, and you practice and you practice, and this time around it worked. It's not always gonna work, but that was a great goal. The second goal from Brahim Diaz. Late on in the game, Brahim Diaz has already come on. From, I believe it was a goal kick, the ball goes to Militao, who just ping the ball all the way to the front, and then there was absolutely crap defending from whoever it was defending Brahim Diaz, and the keepers come out. Brahim Diaz just chips it past the keeper, 2-0, and then the final goal, yet again, Real Madrid now 2-0 up. The last 25-30 minutes looking more optimistic going forward, looking more open. The game was more open for Real Madrid, which is what Real Madrid like. on the attack, and then Endrick gets the ball, and what a finish. He smashes that one past the keeper. 3-0 win. Endrick's first goal at the Bernabeu. Third youngest ever Real Madrid player to score at the Bernabeu, if I'm not wrong, or score for Real Madrid. Youngest foreign player to score at the Bernabeu, if I'm not wrong as well. So that's just marvelous, magnificent stats, really. Look, there's been a lot of this meme about him, obviously talking about Bobby Charlton and stuff like that, being his idol and hero growing up. Look, I find that a joke. I find that not in a bad way, not a joke in a bad way, but funny. It's a funny thing. But in terms of playing, in terms of being on the pitch, jokes and memes aside, we want to see the best of Endrick. And this season will be a fundamental first season for Endrick. He's 18 years old. He's going to be taking some time to be able to gel in. And from what I've seen, I'm not going to say he's already better than Mbappe or Vini or whatever, but he looks a talent. He looks incredible. So let's hope to see more of that from him. He can come on every game or every few games or start some games, but he can come on certainly for 15-20 minutes, and I think he will change the game. But goals that we're done talking about, the first half, what I witnessed, right? Some problems I had. Firstly, Carvajal, and he wasn't the only player who was doing this, right? He had the ball. He wants to make a pass forward. Obviously, you don't want to make a backward pass. You want to attack. You want to make a forward pass. But the mistake Carvajal and some other players did was they passed straight to the opposition player. Like they were trying to pass through the player. Look, the opposition player is not going to stand there, arms back, and just says, look, pass it through me, pass me. Pass the ball past me. They're not going to do that. They're going to be there to block. So I have no idea why. It wasn't once, it was multiple times. We were trying to just kick it straight at them, hoping that it will go through them somehow. And we lost possession, and they had a couple of decent opportunities to go on a counter, which they didn't. But if this was against a Barcelona, an Atletico Madrid, a Girona, you would get punished. So we hope that that will not happen. And then, when we were at the edge of the box, or in the box, Mbappe, he gets the ball, back heel pass to Vini, and it never worked because it got intercepted. He could have controlled the ball, looked around, and made a pass. He decided to back heel. And also, he did a lot of skills which was flashy, which was beautiful to watch, amazing. But at the end of the day, Kylian Mbappe, we don't know him as a player like a Neymar, a player who is a magician. We know Mbappe as a player who is rapid, quick, on the ball brilliant, takes on his man, and cuts in and score goals, and is important in doing that. That's what he did for France. That's what he's been doing for PSG in big games. But a big part obviously was Real Valladolid playing deep. But look, he just didn't have a good game. I really didn't think he had a good game. He had a couple of good opportunities. He had a good shot, which again, he tried to do the back heel shot, which was saved by the keeper, but it was disappointing. And then, the way the game started into the lineup was interesting, because Arda Güler started this game in the midfield. But the one notice I saw was, again, Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., and Rodrigo camping on the left side. Now, Vinicius and Mbappe did go centrally, but Rodrigo was on the left side a lot. Second half, Rodrigo finally went onto the right, but in the first half, Arda Güler was taking up that right wing spot. He was always there, and Valverde too. The problem is in the midfield, when you have got a midfield player having to cover on the right wing, the midfield is exposed. We don't need 3 players on the left wing. 1 or 2 will do. So Rodrigo has to stay on the right. He's going on to the left for no reason. Stay on the right, be there, so that at least you're there. Arda Güler can stay in the middle, Valverde can stay in the middle, Tchouaméni can stay in the middle, and we don't lose man. That was a problem. Speaking of Tchouaméni, certainly I saw him holding the ball for very long. For certain periods of the game, he had the ball, he could have passed earlier, he tries to dribble or hold it longer, dispossessed, or he got fouled in one occasion, but he was lucky, a bit lucky with that. He went down slightly easily, but there was no need for that. You get the ball, you see there's men coming for you, and you see there's a player, your teammate who's open, you make the pass. Simple. Vini Jr., first half, he really didn't look that confident. You know, he wasn't taking on his men a lot. He had the ball, and he wasn't really doing a lot. But then again, second half, he was incredible. He was the man of the second half. A lot of, outside of the boot pass for Mbappe, which should have really been taken better in terms of the opportunity. But overall, a solid game from Vini. And Arda Güler as well. I mean, look, he had the ball, he never took on anyone, and he tried to pass back or pass sideways. Arda Güler, look, it's only his second season, he's still getting used to this, but he's not looking confident, and that is a worry in terms of him, because look, you have the ball, I'm not expecting you to become prime Messi, take on everyone, which we saw Rodrigo do as well, by the way, just a bit of a shout out. But he didn't look confident at all. And the subs I thought were pretty good. Really impactful. The subs were better than the starters, and that is very interesting. Obviously, Brahim Diaz and Endrick, Dani Ceballos created that second goal. And Modric, of course, coming on as well. But this game is now gone, now over. We look ahead now. Midweek, we have got Las Palmas on Thursday. It's gonna be a very tough game. We've gone there last season. We won 2-1, but it's gonna be a tough game. So, just 2 more games before a 2-week break. Las Palmas away, Real Betis at home, and hopefully Real Madrid can indeed win those games. I mean, Celta Vigo looking strong, 2 wins from 2. Barcelona looking good, 2 wins from 2. But I don't think Barcelona have shown that they are unbeatable. I think that Barcelona are a beatable force, definitely. They've looked very good under Hansi Flick. A big improvement from Xavi last season, but beatable. And Atletico Madrid, I think their home form will carry them, but I think away from home, they will be slightly vulnerable. But again, last season, we did not win in our 2 visits to the Wanda Metropolitano at all. So that play seems cursed for Real Madrid, but we'll get to those games when we eventually get to it. But there's that. My man of the match, I would probably say Fede Valverde. I have no idea who won it actually. I think it was Fede Valverde, wasn't it? Again, a machine, a workhorse. He's got a beautiful free kick. He plays for the badge, and there aren't many players like him. Not just footballing wise, but the leadership, and he will make for a future captain of this club, certainly. But yeah, we move on to midweek against Las Palmas. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Hit the button if you did. Subscribe to the channel on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.